I stand accused. There is a list a mile long of all my sins and everything that I have done wrong. I am so ashamed, there is nowhere left for me to hide. This is the day that I must answer for my life. While I stood there in that courtroom, before the eyes of the judge, the jury, this busy-bodied prosecutor and the spectators, 1,000 cuts, though not visible, I could feel on my skin as these eyes stared daggers against me. They did not say, but they judged me. This gathering I deemed unnecessary as they already condemned me. Even more funny is that this prosecutor had no evidence against me. It was like everything I did and even my next of breath was against the law. This August seemed to have done his job. He left no stone unturned. Standing there in that courtroom with my sins and my transgressions before my eyes, my wrongs carefully amplified, I needed validation from no one. As in my head, only one verdict was deserving and logical. My next of kin would bear witness against me. No shocker for all the daunts that I did and the temptations I could not resist. It was a never-ending list. I mean, for every time I refused to love, I was guilty. I mean, for every measure I secretly took from the pots and the purses, not a lot, but stealing does not require much, I was guilty. I mean, for every word I told as though it was but was not, I was guilty. For every time I held a grudge, withheld compassion, and sought revenge, I was guilty. For every time I blinded my eyes and paid deaf ears to the cries of the needy, I was guilty. Don't even get me started on the times when I slayed souls with harsh words like Excalibur in the hands of Arthur. My words sharper than swords. Who would imagine that the ego of tiny me be 10 times the size of the universe? Like I said, it was a never-ending list. Before the eyes of my accusers and his pointy fingers, this seemed like a case sealed, a done deal. I mean, with so much evidence against me, all that was felt to me was doom. But what seemed to have come out to shook the entire room, I mean, human reason and reasonable logic defeated as the judge deemed this self-acclaimed criminal to be not guilty. Need I remind you that none could contend this judge? None could stand against his verdict. His yes was yes and his no, no. Absolute sovereignty displayed before my very eyes. The whims of my accusers, once regarded to be as ferocious as that of a tiger, once reduced to the truffles of a kitten. But regardless, I had to ask why. O thou righteous judge, what justice is there in justifying a criminal? To my question, he smiled and he said to me, look, child, and I did. I stared beautifully into those beautiful eyes, and I saw something that, in my opinion, tainted the magnificence of all I beheld. Something unworthy but constant and unflinching. I saw me, and I had to ask again, why? And he said to me, listen. Of all the beautiful things that I spoke into existence, you remain to me the most precious of all I have ever created. Born of me, made to be everything that I am. You have forgotten, but I never will. You think I am ignorant of you, but I formed you. Listen, I am the judge, but the title dearest to my heart is Father. I am your Father. So don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. In the words of Mandisa, believe that I love you. Believe that I'll give my life for yours. I already did. Believe that my verdict is enough to pay the price for your mercy. Believe that my verdict towards you now and always remains not guilty. So let's worship with this consciousness tonight. Thank you.